As the end draws near in Iraq, families of soldiers, both alive and fallen, look back on the war that lasted almost a decade. Yesterday, President Barack Obama told soldiers at Fort Bragg in North Carolina that the war in Iraq will soon belong to history. News Channel 18's Krista Henry joins us now with more. Krista?
Jeff, the U.S. military has formally shut down the war in Iraq with a ceremony retiring the flag of U.S. Forces Iraq. Troops lowered the flag and wrapped it in camouflage, formally casing it according to Army tradition. I spoke with a local soldier today who served time in Iraq, and he says not even the camouflage can hide his emotions about the ending of the war. When the Iraq War started in 2003, Captain Anthony Blackburn was just a student at Purdue University. But he wasn't just any ordinary student. He was a student who knew he had another job to get done after graduation. His job? To fight for freedom for the American people.
And when I received my commission in 2006, the war was only a few years in, but I knew where I was heading personally.
But after serving his time in Iraq, he says he can't put into words how much it means for the families who have loved ones overseas now that the troops are coming home.
Being home, being with their families, soldiers watching their kids grow up. And more than anything, that's what they want to see.
For Pam Mao, who lost her son in Iraq in April 2007, her emotions are mixed. She says she's not quite sure how she feels about the war being over.
I knew many soldiers that were over there, and I wish my son was one of them that got to come home, but he didn't.
And while the war in Iraq has officially ended, Captain Blackburn says we can't forget there's still a war in Afghanistan. And he says we can never forget those who paid the ultimate sacrifice.
But I would hope that every American takes the moment and opportunity to remember the 4,000 of them that didn't come home. They went over there knowing what they had to do, and they didn't come home.
According to Pentagon statistics, as of last Friday, the war had claimed nearly 4,500 American lives, with nearly 32,000 more Americans wounded in action. More than 100,000 Iraqis were killed. Officials say the war drained more than $800 billion from the U.S. Treasury. Krista Henry, News Channel 18.
Krista, thanks.